Welcome to episode 28 of Career Pro Tips by Life in the Green Room. Life in the Green Room is all about helping busy professionals who want more out of their career. We focus on action-oriented and tool-based plans that help you move the needle right away and start owning your career, moving it in the direction that you want to go. I want to give you things that will help you feel like you're not floundering, that you're moving forward, and that you have a lot of ownership. Career Pro Tips is a weekly video series where we dive into something specific and give you tangible strategies and tactics that you can apply right away, especially if this issue is hitting home with you. My name is Heather Green McGlynn. I'm the Vice President of Marketing at a Fortune 500 company, and I've started to put this together because over the years I've heard from so many people saying, I feel like I'm getting passed over. I feel like I'm in the same spot in my career that I've been for the past 5 years, and I know I can do more and I want more for myself. So I started looking around and seeing what was working, and I've gathered those together, and that's what we talk about each week in the Career Pro Tips and at Life in the Green Room. I've used these tools, I've seen my peers use them, my team use them. I know that they can help you. So episode 28 of Career Pro Tips is all about reflection on 2019 from a career perspective. So a lot of people go through reflection exercises and they largely think about it from the personal development side, so with their health and their family, and I fully support them. I am all in for anything on professional and personal development, so I'm here for it. But what I wanted to do today was to give you a few things to focus on that are related to professional development, because I think that deserves just as much time and reflection as the rest of your life does. So I encourage you to grab a hot beverage of your choice, whether that is coffee, tea, hot chocolate, maybe eggnog if you want to go cold and festive, but grab something and settle in so we can take a good look at 2019 and what you've learned from it. So today I want to share with you 5 different questions that you can ponder to reflect on your year. Now, these are just guides. You can use any questions that you want, but my goal here for you is to take some time and reflect on what you've learned, the good, the bad, the ugly, get it all out there so you can think about what you'd like to do differently in the future. So the first question that I would like to give you to think about is, what did you learn this year? So take back a look, a moment to reflect on the year. You can use your calendar if that helps you, but whatever tool will help you say, okay, what did I learn? What projects did I get done? What new things, new processes, new technologies did I learn? What changes have I made? Just do a true assessment on what you've learned for the year. The second question that I would like you to ponder is, really, where did you push yourself? It's really important. It's where you grow personally and professionally. And so where did you put yourself out there and really make a big difference? Did you raise your hand for a project that normally wouldn't fall into your responsibilities? Did you volunteer to work on a committee? Did you learn something or tackle a new issue that everybody else was avoiding? Where did you put yourself out there and put yourself out of your comfort zone and really give yourself a chance to develop and grow? For some of you, your development is from holding back a little. If you are the person, and I'm this person sometimes, so I hear you, but if you're this person who's like, oh me, and who tries to be in charge and lead everything, your place where you learn and push yourself could truly be, I sat back and was a team member but didn't have to be in charge. That is actually a perfectly appropriate thing to take credit for, that you were able to sit back and let somebody else lead. So the third question that I would ask you to reflect on as your year is coming to an end is all about where you thought you were going to be in 2019. So we talked about what you learned. We talked about where you pushed yourself. Did you come into the year with any expectations? And if so, how did you do on those? That's such a thing that, again, people do for personal development. Did you come into the year with some goals, and how did they turn out? If you didn't, don't worry about it. I will, in the next episodes, talk about how I think you should do that for 2020. It's a new year. It's a new decade. Your career is where you spend so much of your time. You should put forth a plan for it. But I just wanted to, in your reflective questions, say, hey, if you did do that, go ahead and see how you measured up. The fourth question that I have for you is, what are you the most proud of? So when you look back, on the year. It doesn't have to be where you felt the most uncomfortable or where you pushed yourself. Maybe you feel the most proud about something where you helped somebody else, or where you were a mentor, or where you asked for feedback or mentorship or something along those lines. But take stock of that and think about where you have been the most, where you're most proud of. So in these first 4 questions, we talked about what you've learned, where you pushed yourself, how you stacked up against a plan, and what you are proud of. And think about those in terms of resume builders. If you have any more energy left in you, what kind of skills did you develop? What specific measurable results did you help achieve? Jot them down. What's transferable? And just keep these in mind, because it'll help you in so many other strategies that come out throughout different places in Life in the Green Room. When we talk about, of course, updating your resume, but advocating for yourself and being able to kind of give yourself that elevator pitch, these little nuggets are gold for that type of thing. And it's nice to keep them relevant versus something from 5 years ago. So you're already reflecting, jot those down too. The 5th and final question that I have for you for this year is not quite as fun. The first 4 were all about positive things and what you've learned and how you're moving forward. But the 5th one is, where would you like a do-over? Where, when you were honest with yourself, did something not go how you would have liked in 2019? Everybody has them, and it's best to reflect on them. And it's best so when it comes up again, a similar situation, you can think, well, I didn't necessarily show up as my best self in this case. How would I like to show up in the future? Or if it's such a hot mess you need to go talk to your boss about it, go ahead. Usually owning up and taking responsibility and owning fixing it will go a long way in your career. But that's not why my main driver is to always be learning and improving. So if you can figure out where you would like a do-over, where you took a shortcut that didn't pay off, or where you implemented a strategy and you think it could have gone a different way, just take note of that. And really, what are you learning and how are you going to do something different in the future? So I love all things related to planning, and anytime there's a chance to look at a fresh slate. So take this time, be reflective, don't judge yourself. All you're doing is trying to figure out what went well, what you could do better, and we're going to take that forward. In the coming weeks, we're going to talk about how do you set yourself up with a great plan for 2020. It's a new year and a new decade. We want to make it the best year and give you the ability to own your career. Tell me how you did in this exercise. The good, the bad, the ugly, share it here. No judging. I love to learn from what everybody is going through and how they're assessing themselves. Until next week, here's to owning your career journey.